There is so much travel gear out there, and this industry has figured out anxiety sells. As a guy who's been traveling internationally for over 20 years and someone that's tested hundreds of pieces of travel gear, what I've learned is so many travel products are marketed as the solution to make you feel safer or smarter or make your trip smoother without actually doing any of that. So in today's video, I'm sharing some of the most overhyped travel products you absolutely do not need to waste your money on. And along the way, I'll suggest several swaps and alternatives for you to consider. Let's dive in. You've heard every travel influencer, myself included, tell you to get an AirTag or a smart tracker of some kind. And these are very great pieces of tech. For 29 bucks, you can track your bag anywhere in the world. This is really handy if you check your bag and you want to be able to pinpoint exactly where it is. Or if you're leaving it in a luggage locker and you want to just be able to kind of keep tabs on it. The problem isn't the device itself. It's how a ton of people these days are choosing to carry it and this world of aftermarket accessories for AirTags and smart trackers. When you do something like hang your AirTag on the outside of your bag, you've turned what's supposed to be a discreet theft prevention device into a visible feature on your backpack. The fix here is, you guessed it, $0. Stop buying AirTag accessories. Stop buying special AirTag wallets. Get a slim card that would fit in your wallet instead. You don't have to buy a special bag that has a built-in AirTag pocket. Just take the thing and put it in your bag. I've had people comment on our videos, that's not where the AirTag goes. There's a special pocket right over here. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you put this thing in your bag. That's it. I'm telling you, just hide the thing. Next, I'm a little sad about this one because we've bought these in the past. We've recommended these in the past, but I'm going to fall on the sword here because these portable door locks have been proven not to work as a means of real security. Using something like this could feel like an added layer of security in a hostel or Airbnb that maybe doesn't have a deadbolt. And I'm not saying it's not a deterrent, but if someone really wants to break into your room, this thing is not stopping anyone if they're making a forceful attempt. More than anything, these simply help create a false sense of security. I'm going to link a video that I found on this topic if you want to go a little bit deeper. I'm showing a little clip of it right here. But one of the items they suggest for hotel room doors specifically is this strap right here, and it is actually proven to work. The truth is, most hotel rooms already have that deadbolt and security latch thing that you could be using instead. Next, flight foot hammocks. You see these all over Amazon and TikTok claiming that they reduce back pain by elevating your feet during those long haul flights. And the truth is, they probably do. I'm not going to argue with that. The problem with these is twofold. One, many airlines simply don't allow them. They're considered an unapproved alteration to the seat. Second, they attach to the arms of the tray table, which is connected to the seat of the person in front of you. So anytime you move your feet, you're moving and jostling that person's seat around, which is just straight up annoying and rude. This isn't an item I would say never purchase, but I would only use it if there's no one seated directly in front of you. And then ideally, if your airline allows it. Now, people have varying levels of risk tolerance and I guess mischief, you could say. You could always bring it with you and try it and just see if your flight attendant notices. But, you know, I would tend to recommend people follow the rules. All right, I want to talk about a couple of pieces of overhyped luggage. First, the Away carry-on. This is arguably the biggest name in hardshell luggage. I think they were part of making hardshell luggage cool and sexy. And I'm not trying to say that their luggage is bad. It's not. There's just competition now, and you can do way better than the Away for the same money. Look at the Monos carry-on. Look at the Bellroy carry-on. We've covered this topic extensively. The sizing of their bags isn't always spot on, and you can do better from an airline compliance standpoint, as well as a features standpoint. Now, if you can't stomach the idea of spending that kind of money, the brand Quince makes a dupe of this carry-on that I believe is made in the exact same factory for like $150. Members Mark also has one for even less. Next, there are brands that are attempting to innovate in this space, but really all they're doing is adding gimmicky features to these plastic carry-ons. There's no better exemplification of this than Noble. This bag has a cup holder, a phone mount, a coat hook, a little brake on the wheels. It's suspiciously permanently on mega sale, and they run a crazy amount of ads. So this bag lights up people's social media feeds all day long, and they wonder if it's any good. But when you actually measure this bag, it's massive. Too big to technically be a carry-on for 85% of airlines. Plus, it's heavy. It weighs almost 9 pounds empty. It's like they forgot the one thing a carry-on is supposed to do. I'm telling you, just buy luggage that's actually good at being luggage. If you're unsure what that is, we make tons of videos about it around here. So be sure to subscribe if you're not already. All right, here's something that sounds amazing on paper, but you absolutely do not need it in real life. UV self-cleaning water bottles. There's these water bottles with built-in UV light that supposedly sanitizes the water inside without using filters or chemicals. For about $100, you're promised a bottle that basically cleans itself. But the problem is that UV light only targets bacteria in the water that's already sitting inside the bottle. It doesn't filter out sediment, and it definitely doesn't handle heavy metals or chemical contamination. For most travelers, the water at your destination isn't even the issue to begin with. If you're traveling through Western Europe, Japan, Canada, most of the US, your tap water is perfectly fine. If you find yourself somewhere where water purity is a genuine concern, you could buy a life straw or just bottled water. A basic Awala water bottle costs about $30, holds your water just fine, and you don't have to charge it before you drink out of it. All right, something else very overrated for travelers is bulky over-ear noise-canceling headphones. Look, I don't mean that these headphones aren't worth it. I, like many, have a pair, and I like them. But I've completely stopped packing these. Why? A full-size pair takes up roughly a third of your personal item bag for one specific use case. The gap between over-ears and high-end earbuds has closed significantly over the last few years. And if you're trying to travel light at all, you want something that packs a little bit smaller. In most cases, you can save $100 to $250 while packing something 90% smaller. If you want to stay in the noise canceling game without sacrificing a bunch of bag space, I've recently been testing the all-new Anker Soundcore lineup, and that is exactly why I've asked Anker to be the sponsor of today's video. The Anker Soundcore Liberty 5 Pro and Liberty 5 Pro Max offer noise cancellation on par with the Bose QC Ultra and AirPods Pro 2, but in a package that fits right in your pocket. These earbuds are exceptionally effective at narrowing the performance gap that I mentioned earlier between over-ears and earbuds. And these guys are incredible when it comes to call quality. They hold the Guinness World Record for cleanest earbuds for calls, tested against 13 flagship competitors and ranked number 1. What I'm gonna do is hit play on some very loud music. It's loud, right? Okay.
I am just speaking in a normal voice, and I don't think you should be able to hear that music at all.
So as you can imagine, this would be great for noisy travel scenarios like taking a call from an airport or a train station. I've taken multiple calls using these, and I can definitely attest they're crystal clear. The Pro Max goes a step further with a touch screen on the charging case where you can switch ANC modes, control playback, all with no phone required. These also have built-in AI note-taking tools. As somebody who uses AI to transcribe voice notes all the time, I think this is a super useful feature. If you want to try these out for yourself, link is down in the description below. And thank you so much to Anker for sponsoring today's video. So, your headphones are smaller. Great. But where are you putting them? Maybe you've heard people tell you you need to get a tech pouch, but not all tech pouches are created equal. There's a kind, I think, you should avoid. It's these big bulky fellas right here. There's a specific category of tech pouch, the Peak Design tech pouch being a poster child for this category, that tries to have a pocket for every single thing you own. 40 slots, mesh panels, accordion folds, a dedicated loop for every cable you have. I've tried so many tech pouches at this point, and the overbuilt ones, I just cannot recommend. They're big, they're thick, and like too big to fit anywhere useful. Instead, I recommend using a slim tech pouch. There's a lot of good options in this category. I'll tell you a couple. My current personal favorite is the Air Slim Pouch 2. It's made of high quality materials. It's flexible, holds what you need, and it packs perfectly into the top pocket of your backpack or a personal item bag. Bonus points, it stands up by itself and it can function like a little desk caddy if you're into that. This one by TomTalk is quite similar and a much more affordable alternative. Okay, something very popular right now is vacuum compression. And it makes sense, right? If you want to save some space, you could suck all the extra air out of what you're packing. It's cool. I also think it does well because it's demonstrable for videos on social media. But a couple things you want to watch out for here. One, bags with built-in vacuum compression systems where you need an electric pump to operate it. The concept works great at home where you have an outlet, you have plenty of time, and no concerns about overpacking. But on the road, that pump becomes a liability. It's one more thing that needs to charge, one more thing you have to pack, and it could break. If it fails mid-trip, you're left with a bag full of clothes that you can't recompress, which means you might not even be able to close your luggage for the flight home. The zippered compression bags where you could really press all the air out are great, but anything that requires a pump to function, I would avoid. Another way to tackle this would be good old compression cubes. Zip them up, press the extra air out while you're at it, and move on with your day. Lately, I have been loving the Peak Design Ultra Light cubes because you can press all the air out and it has a bit of a vacuum effect, if you will. Okay, this next one is just why? TikTok made these things look like the ultimate travel hack. It's a clip-on organizer that attaches to the window ledge of the plane to give you a little tray for your drinks and snacks. A couple of comments on Reddit we've seen about why these are a terrible idea. Everything on that ledge can and will fly out during turbulence without any warning. Anything can become a projectile, not to mention the spilled hot liquids. It's a gigantic safety hazard. The frame of these windows are very flimsy and not made to support any weight. You'll probably end up with a drink in your lap. Hopefully, it's not hot coffee. Again, let's say you're okay with the risk. To me, this is the equivalent of Tom Haverford's glamping tent in Parks and Rec.
Come check out my tent. I ordered a bunch of crap off Sky Mall. I got my TV, my Xbox, DVD. It's like I'm not even camping.
It is just a complete waste of money and totally unnecessary. You have a tray table. Are you just looking for ways to throw your money in the trash? I don't even need an evidence-backed reason on why this is a bad idea. I just cannot understand why a self-respecting adult would waste their money on a product like this. Nowhere is the marketing so overblown or fear-mongering so intense than in the category of travel safety gear. First, RFID blocking technology. The threat usually sounds like this. A criminal with a hidden scanner walks past you in a crowd and silently pulls your credit card data or passport info without ever touching you. Now, while that's technically possible, in practice, it is nearly non-existent. Modern credit cards use encrypted chips that make raw data interception pretty much useless to a thief. Passports have actually had built-in shielding since 2007, so they're already protected. Security researchers have tested this repeatedly, and real-world RFID theft from travelers just isn't showing up in crime reports. The actual risk you face is someone grabbing your bag or lifting your wallet the old-fashioned way. And the answer to that is using a front zip pocket and paying attention, not buying a $40 wallet with a foil lining. In the same vein, let's talk about all of these slash-proof bags. These bags are marketed to protect all of your valuables by being indestructible, preventing anyone from cutting it and taking your stuff out of it. The wire mesh inside of these bags does exactly what these companies claim it'll do. I'm not disputing that. But the issue is, what problem are you actually trying to solve? And I get people asking me questions about bags like this all the time that are simply taking their first trip to Western Europe, where bag slashing is pretty rare. Pickpocketing happens. Bag snatching might happen, but someone literally cutting through the side of your pack while you're wearing it is very uncommon. Situational awareness doesn't weigh or cost anything. If you want to see exactly what I pack in my one-bag travel setup, omitting all the unnecessary stuff, that video is right here. Thank you so much for watching. Happy travels.